Hey guys, Christian here. Today we got the Toyota Camry 2024 SE model. So we got a lot lined up. It's a new hybrid model. There's only hybrids now, but let's get into the specs right away. MSRP on this is $34,000, though you can get this for $29,000 without any upgrades. Engine is a 2.5 liter 4-cylinder hybrid, so there's only hybrid models now for the Camry. And transmission is an ECVT. This is a front wheel drive model, though you can option out for the all-wheel drive. It has 225 horsepower and 163 torque. 0 to 60 is 7.0 seconds. MPG is 48 highway and 47 city, so it's basically a Prius almost. Weight on this is right under 3,500 pounds. So going on to the outside of the car, so this is in the midnight black metallic, so just nice black, can't really go wrong with this. And it's basically all blacked out, so if you like that stealthy look, the blacked out wheels, the whole blacked out car. I guess I got to really black out on the front is just the logo, but it's basically a very stealthy car overall. We have the 18-inch wheels, so just nice 18-inch wheels. They still have the stickers on them, so you know it's very fresh, brand new car. On the front, we have the headlights, so looks very identical to the Prius lights. I think if you're looking at the car dead on from the front, and I'll show that it looks very much like a Prius, but I know it's a little bit different. I guess preference if you like the Prius look or the Camry look more, but very identical. I like the look in my opinion, but I know some people might not like it. On the front as well too, below that, you do have some vents, which are actually real, surprisingly. So my fingers do go inside these holes in here, so it does help cool down the car as well. The whole front bumper looks really good. I like how this styling is set up. I know there's two styles for this, but I think this one on the SE looks good. And then of course you have the Toyota logo, and yeah, you can't really go wrong on this. I think there's like nice accent lines I think you'll see on the side of the car, but the front hood has like a nice accent lines for the hood, and on this side of course too. And I think it just gives it a little bit more aggressive, more sporty look. I know I covered the Accord model, which I know is like a very similar like I guess like comparison car for this, but I'd probably pick styling wise, I think the Camry definitely wins on against the Accord, no offense to it, but if you want to watch that, you can watch that as well. So final little thing I want to mention actually about the front that I missed is actually these little, I guess I don't know if you'd call this like the front splitter or canards. I guess you could comment that below, because I know this leads more into the side of the car. But again, it kind of controls the airflow around the car, but it gives it more just like aggressive look to the car. It reminds me of like the Camry TRD from the previous model. I know it's not as sporty or as you've seen on some cars, but I think kudos to just Toyota for giving it a little bit more of a sporty touch. On the backside, so we actually have the spoiler right at the top, so again, gives a little bit more of like a sporty touch. Right below that we have the Toyota logo, and then a really nice touch is the Camry. It's all blacked out, which I like that it's just standard, maybe just for the black model, but it does look really good on this black, again, the stealthy look in my opinion. And then you have of course the SE down there, just to let you know. HEV, if you're wondering, it's just hybrid electric vehicle, and it has like a little blue logo on the left of it, which simple touch. If you want to open the trunk, it's actually kind of interesting. Most of them have it like right dead center, like right below the logo. We actually got to go like between the R and the Y. Just press it there, kind of throws it up for you. And then at this point you have about like 15.1 cubic feet of space, so it's actually really spacious. I'm actually going to pull up the carpet for you guys just so you know what's down here. So it's actually, you would think there's nothing again, but if you lift this real quick, you do have your tools in case your car gets stuck and you're wondering, do I actually have a spare tire? And you actually do have one, so that's really good. So a nice thing, because I know some cars actually have just gotten rid of it just to save cost, but it's great that the Camry still keeps that. And at this point, let's just do a quick trunk challenge. Okay, so now I'm in the trunk. It's actually really good. I'm actually surprised. So if I needed to, you might not be able to see me so well, but I could actually move all the way back here. So you could actually fit two of me. Not sure why you would want two of me, but overall really good for luggage, or if you got to go to groceries, wherever you're going to, a big haul that you got to take home, I think it'd be completely fine, especially if you could bring down these seats with these little levers on both sides. So back outside, I want to just quickly show, there actually is no button, at least for this model, to close it automatically. So you will have to reach up here and kind of like slam it to close it, but that works though. Before we enter the car, I actually want to show a couple things. So for opening and closing doors, I know that's a simple thing, but there's actually a nice noise to the back door, so I'll actually show it twice real quick. Nice thump. I don't know, it makes nice. And then you'd want to see how the front one sounds. I don't know, it sounds more like not as pleasant like as the back one, so I'll show it one last time. I know it's a simple touch, but I like how the back door is really close. So if you have any passengers, I guess still not like the nice noise that it makes when it closes. But besides that, I want to show the key real quick. So this one does have the convenience upgrade for this one. So keyless entry to get inside the car. And I want to just show the key real quick, which actually has a really nice backside. So as you can see, it says like Camry. There's nothing to it, I guess. But I guess I like the really just simple design. It looks really like modern. The front side looks like a simple key, of course. You have your lock, your unlock, the hole to open the trunk, and also your panic button. But again, I guess I want to just give props again to Toyota for the backside. The Camry just looks, I don't know, looks really good if I were to see this on the table. But getting inside the car, simple. Again, keyless entry, so just put this back in my pocket. Opening up the door, gonna open that up for you guys real quick. As you can see, we have our window controls at the top, so really simple. Then going down below, we have my yellow towel for cleaning the car, but again, just some cubby space. Gotta just store some things in there. So you do have automatic controls. You also have your lumbar support, but I will say for the passenger side, it's all manual. But I think your passenger will be completely fine. And yeah, at this point, let's get inside the car. So getting onto the steering wheel. So we have the 3-spoke steering wheel in front of us. So I think it has like a nice sporty design. I like the simple, just like glossy look at the bottom. I think it just gives it a nice touch. Left side's all like our volume controls. If you want to go up and down on volume, next song, or go through your controls on the screen back there, which is a 7-inch screen. And on the right, you have kind of like all the cruise control, all the safety assist as well too. But going a little closer into the screen, there might be some glare, but as you can see, it's a 7-inch screen. So going on to the center, so we have a nice 12.3-inch display. This is actually a second upgrade that we have for this car. Instead of the 8-inch screen, we have a nice 12.3-inch. It's touchscreen. It's pretty easy to use. I actually like how it looks, and I think for just like the maps, how it's like very like horizontal, longer horizontal width, that it gives a very like nice expansive look to it. Right below that, we have the AC controls. It actually has like a little, you can actually see the temperature, so as you're playing with it. Right below that, we have a wireless charger. I actually want to just commend Toyota again for making wireless charging standard, because most cars will charge you an arm and a leg. And then to the right of it, you actually have a good amount of space. I'm not sure what this is exactly intended for. I guess for throwing your coins, receipts, I guess all your junk for some reason, I guess you could throw it on there. And you do have two USB-C charging ports, and one of the standard like USB just like connection ports in case. 2 cup holders. I don't have my big water bottle, so I can't test that, but definitely a big water bottle would not fit here. Maybe you could kind of tuck it into like that weird hole that I mentioned, but it probably will fit kind of weird, might scratch some stuff. Wouldn't recommend that, and it might interfere with like the Prindle, which the Prindle looks good, nothing wrong with it, nice good size to it. And then right behind that, we have the Eco, we have the normal mode and the sport mode. So as you're driving, you have 3 different options, and you can actually feel it. So when you're in Eco mode, as you're driving, it just gives you simple normal driving as you would expect. Go to the sporty mode, and obviously you get more power. And then secondly, it does also make like the steering wheel a little bit like more torque, I guess, to turn. So just more energy to start turning the steering wheel. Right below that, we have 2 more buttons. We have like the brake hold button in case you want to turn that on or off. We have the EV mode. So in this car, it can actually go completely EV. Not for long, it's not a big battery, but you can actually use that in case you ever wanted to. And then of course the park hold, the parking brake. And then we have the armrest here. So you just simply open this. You actually have a good amount of space. I think that's another thing. The Camry does have a lot of space in general, again, as we saw in the trunk, as we're going to see soon in the back seats, but the front seats also have a lot of space. But here, again, just more space, and we also have, in case you want to put in a charger thing as well here too. But putting this back down, we have the 3rd upgrade, which is actually the panoramic roof, or not panoramic, more of like the sunroof. Not sure what the name difference is between those two, but fully adjustable. You can actually open it. You do open and close this manually, but it is fully, you can actually have this open all the way as well too. And yeah, I think that covers most of the things. And actually the convenience package, the one where it's at the keyless entry, that actually gives you the remote controls for your garage up here as well too. So in case you want that automatically here, you don't want to have it like stuck up here or like somewhere hidden and you have to grab it each time, just simply having it with the buttons, that is part of the convenience package. All right, so going on to the back seat, so I'm gonna step inside. I already have this in my driver's position, so it's actually really roomy. You can actually see my knee room is really good. Again, the Camry, I think, has always been known to be a spacey car. And if you actually got to carry like full-on adults, fully comfortable back here. The seats are, I will say they're a tiny bit on the stiffer side, but it's completely fine. You also have some space here in case you want to throw maybe some magazines or anything you need. You do also have 2 cup holders, so just pull this down, throw this here, 2 cup holders. I wish sometimes they were a little longer, but I think it's better than some cars where it's too short. But again, it works completely fine. Separates you and your partner. Nice space in case you guys need it, but that's a different topic. And as you can see, you see like the Lara gray, as they call it. So just a simple, nice little touch instead of being complete all black in here. I think the simple like white stitching and the white lines I see around the car just give it a little bit more of a highlight. It gives it a little bit like not so always black in here. I think that was always the design back then where everything's completely black. I like that everyone's kind of introducing a bit more color into the inside of the car. Oh, and final thing I actually want to mention, there's two AC ports back here, so if you actually got to cool down, that's good to have. And then way down here below, you actually have a USB-C port and also a simple USB in case you want to plug that in as well too. So getting onto the drive, so again, I think it's as you would expect with the Camry. It drives pretty smoothly. Again, going back to the efficiency, we get 48, 47 highway. You can get more with the LE model, which gets above 50, but again, this is already really fuel efficient to begin with. Sound system in this car, It doesn't sound bad, I guess. I know there's upgraded sound systems for the higher end models. Not this one, you can't upgrade it, but I wouldn't really complain when I was listening to music for this one. Again, I think the big upgrade for this car is just definitely take the 12.3-inch display. Just helps a ton over all the 3 upgrades of display, the keyless entry thing with the garage door opener, which I guess that's optional too. The moonroof I'd probably skip, but definitely go for the bigger display. I think it's just really nice to have. So there's actually a lot of safety features for this car, but I'm actually going to show one of them off real quick. So it's called RCTS, Rear Cross Traffic Control. So if a car is about to pass by behind you, as you can see the yellow arrows pop up. You can also see it in the camera, and it's just simply letting you know to be careful that there's a car passing by. Alright guys, that completes a review again for the Toyota Camry SE 2024. Midnight black with the Lara gray with the black interior as well too. Again, you can't go wrong with this. I think if you're comparing a Prius or some other car, maybe an Accord, if you need the hybrid model and you need more space compared to a Prius, definitely go for this. Again, all the stealth black option, has a couple options on this. Can't go wrong with this, but yeah, again, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the review in this almost 100-degree weather. I'm sure my cameraman would agree that, yeah, pretty tough. As you can see, he's shaking the camera there as he's trembling to hold on to it. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe, and yeah, till the next one. Also, if you guys have any recommendations, throw it down in the comments and I'll read that for sure too.